What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Two Worlds podcast. I'm Jake, and with me, as always, is the Barry to my Wally. It's Casey. You look so you look so unhappy to be Barry just then.
Like, I don't want to be Ezra Miller slash Grant Gustin
Well, one of those is certainly better than the other.
slash Wesley Shipp
Yeah.
slash Michael Rosenbaum.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I think that's it. There's probably others, but those are the
Well,
only
I
ones.
would be Michael Rosenbaum.
Oh, yeah, he was Wally. Shoot.
Yeah.
You get to be Michael Rosenbaum, and I'm over here being Wesley Shipp.
You know, I heard the Michael Rosenbaum's kind of a dick.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, that's crazy. Who told you that?
So one of my helpers at the shop has met him a couple times. And then I had another customer that met him at a con and said he was kind of a jerk.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah,
Yeah, he seems lovely on his podcast.
I'm sure he does.
Yeah, it's like, boy, whenever you get to edit your own show and you're the main focus, you sound like a really nice guy.
Right.
Why the hell do I sound like such a douche thing?
I just remember when you and I were both pretty big fans of Chris Hardwick, and look how that turned out.
Well, in all fairness, there was times where you'd be like, this guy's kind of that's why I stopped listening, because I was like, this guy's kind of a douche.
Yeah, for sure. And honestly, that's somebody that I haven't thought of in quite some time either.
I think they prefer it that way. Just everyone in the Nerdist clan.
He probably just retired before something really bad came out.
Yeah. But still making that money.
Still making that money. So yeah, let's move on to some Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
Tonight we've got the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Seattle Seahawks.
Ooh,
the Battle of the Birds.
I mean, what is this? The 12 days of Christmas? All them birds. I'm gonna go Eagles. What about you?
Also going Eagles. Their record is a lot better.
Yeah. Speaking of 12 days of Christmas, you and me have a short video coming out probably this week before Christmas.
Yeah, probably maybe the weekend, little weekend treat.
Yeah. The weekend did help produce it, so that makes sense that it's coming out on
featured.
The weekend. Yeah, probably.
He was like, "Sure, I'll be a feature artist on your video. Why not?" I mean, he's not doing that show anymore, right? So
I don't even know what show it was.
I don't know. I saw a clip online of this show that he was starring in, and it was really fucking bad.
Yeah,
it just became a meme.
Was that after he did that little team up with Dracula, because they had that band Vampire Weekend?
God, you couldn't even finish that.
Oh, dude, I had trouble finishing.
So anyway, his show was called The Idol on HBO.
That's the prequel to American Idol.
Yeah, for sure. I want to find one of the quotes that I saw, and I was like, this can't be fucking real.
And while he's looking for that quote, I will say, if you aren't watching this on YouTube, you missed us talking about our worst Christmases and some Mad Lib fun. So check it out, guys. Tell us your worst Christmas down below. And he's still looking, so now I gotta stretch for time some more. Do you think Mike?
All right.
Okay, cool.
So here's a couple.
All right.
If you're gonna release a song called "I'm a Freak," you should at least sing it like you know how to fuck. Pretty.
I mean, not wrong.
He's so rapey. Yeah, I kind of like that about him. Yeah, I was getting fucked in the ass in the stairwell of Capitol Records and then walking straight into meetings. Anyway, apparently it's not a very good show. Can't
Well, that's
imagine why.
a hell of a thing.
I know, right? So anyway,
Let's get into
nobody was
trivia.
upset. Yeah, let's get to trivia.
So this week, I am taking over with some DC Universe trivia from Prof's Quizzes. I haven't looked this over, so maybe it's going to be. I looked at one and I was like, this is difficult enough, but not that hard. So, do you know? And then there's like choices, but you don't really need it. Do you know that the second Dr. Light is male, female, trans, or an alien?
Okay. It's 50-50. I want to say surely the second one was the lady that eventually got to the Justice League. I'm going to say lady.
Submitting your answer. That is correct. That's
right.
what I guessed too when I looked at it the first time. The correct answer is female because the question is asking about the gender of this. Okay, I don't know why you're giving me that feedback. I thought you were going to actually tell us her name. The Joker was first introduced in what comic? Batman #1, Detective Comic #6, The Killing Joke #1, Batman #5, or none of these?
That's tricky. I don't think it was Detective. I'm going to say my gut is telling me Batman 1, but my final answer is going to be Batman #5.
All right, I'm saying Batman 1, so we'll see. We'll see who's right. Incorrect. It was Batman #1. Listen to your gut.
Should have gone with my gut. Yep.
Yeah. I'm going to read this feedback again because that was funny the last time. The correct answer is Batman #1. This is the first comic where the Joker was introduced. Detective Comics #6 and The Killing Joke #1 are not the correct answers because they are not the first comics to feature the Joker.
Wow, thank you.
Batman #5 is also not the correct answer because the Joker was introduced in Batman 1.
Are you serious? It says all of that?
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, that's awesome. Heroes Captain Marvel and Shazam are essentially the same person. True or false?
I'll give you a second to think it over, audience. They are the same person.
It'd be hilarious if it was like, no, Captain Marvel is a Marvel character. Shazam.
It's going to be like, that is true because they are the same character.
Like, look at the you can't really, like, that's the feedback.
Dude, that is insane.
Captain Marvel and Shazam are essentially the same person because they both refer to the same superhero character in the DC comic universe. Captain Marvel was originally named the character when it was created in 1939, but due to trademark issues, the character was later renamed Shazam. Despite the name change, the character's backstory, powers, and abilities remain the same. Therefore, both Captain Marvel and Shazam refer to the same superhero.
You're giving me big Pokédex vibes.
Oh, see, I was that's better than what I was thinking. I was like, when I could hear my voice and like how I was talking, like, damn, I'm giving like nerd Ben Shapiro vibes. And he's already fucking nerd.
He is.
Okay, how many characters in the DC comic universe carry a name starting with the word Captain? Holy shit, that's gonna be rough. Is it 6, 20, 15, 10, or 3?
Jesus. All right, so there's Captain Atom. There's Captain Carrot. If they count Captain Marvel.
Right. And then Captain Marvel Jr. Like, we're doing this one.
Right. Isn't there... No, I thought it was Captain Disaster, but I think it's Major Disaster. Gosh. Well, that puts us at 4.
Yeah.
Oh, Captain Boomerang.
Yeah. Captain Cold.
Captain Cold, that's 6.
Yeah.
6 is an option?
6 is an option.
Okay, let's go with 6, but I bet it's 20.
Yeah, I'm like leaning towards 15 or 10, but let's go with 6. We'll see. There's probably people are listening like, there's a lot more. It's 15.
Yeah. Let's hear them all. I know it's got it in the feedback.
This feedback after that Captain Marvel Shazam one. This is it. There are 15 characters in the DC Comics universe that carry a name starting with the word Captain.
Those motherfuckers. Hang on. I'm looking it up.
Oh shoot. While you're looking it up, I'll pull up the next one. Okay, so this one we should get. Or at least you'll get, because I mean, yeah. But Doomsday was introduced in what year and is whose biggest enemy?
Well, it's Superman, and I want
Yeah,
to say that it was 1993.
that's not an option.
Is it? Oh, is it 95?
No, I don't think because I don't think this is correct because I agreed because they're given 91 to 60 or 65, 84, and 45 as choices.
They're going to say 91 then.
Yeah.
I'll just Google that too. November 1992.
Oh, okay. See, I really remember it like because I remember hearing when I was in like, you know, like 30 or 4 or 5, like in that area, like of hearing about Doomsday. So I didn't think it would be
Yeah.
like before I was born.
I know it's an issue of Man of Steel, and the cover, I'll never forget the cover because he's just in that like full green outfit. You can't actually see
I
any
have
piece of
that
him.
issue.
Nice.
Yeah, because I was like,
It's like a $15 or $20 issue now.
oh, nice. Because yeah, I was in that era of like, oh, Super Dives is so cool. Doomsday's my favorite.
Boy, they went all out then. That whole leading up to the death and then funeral for a friend and then the return.
Yeah. Oh, right. So the last one I'll read you, and then if you got your captain's lists out, we can get to that. But Harley Quinn was first introduced in the comics before being introduced in the video. True or false?
False. I think it was the show first, and then they put her in an issue of Batman Adventures, and I want to say the issue is either 11 or 13.
Yeah. Damn, this feedback's going to be a long one. Because okay, so this statement suggests that Harley Quinn was first introduced in the comics before being introduced in the video. However, the correct answer is false. Harley Quinn was actually first introduced in the Batman animated series in 1992 before making her debut in the comics. Didn't say what issue. How'd you guys do? Let us know down below.
Let's see. I said 11 or 13. It's 12.
Oh, nice.
Batman Adventures 12.
How's the captain count coming?
Well, not much is coming up because when I click on a DC wiki, it gives like 4 options, and then everything else is just like Captain Marvel or Shazam.
Yeah.
So yeah, I guess I don't have an answer.
Hold on one sec. I'm gonna find it because I just found Comic Vine. They have alphabetical order of DC characters.
While you're getting to that, a quick story about Batman Adventures 12. One of my regulars that I like quite a bit, he brought in like all issues of Batman Adventures once, and he was like, hey, I'm just like making space. I don't think any of these are worth anything. I just want to give them to you. And that issue, like 12, was in there and it was in like perfect shape.
Yeah.
I'm like, dude, I cannot take these from you. Like this one alone is worth so much money. Like, please don't do that. Please take them home and like sell them on your own.
Yeah.
He was like, oh, I didn't know that was her first appearance. Thank you. It's like, please, man, I have morals. I can't do that to you.
All right, so I found the superheroesfandom.com because the old Comic Vine they only had 2. But Captain Atom, Captain Boomerang, Captain Comet, Captain Carrot, Captain Cold. That's all the captains they got there. They aren't counting Captain Marvel, Captain Marvel Jr.
Yeah. Forgot about Captain Comet.
Me too. Here's a list of DC characters alphabetically. I'll start with the C's really quick. This has got to be the most fun for people listening. So Captain Atom, Captain Boomerang, Captain Cold, Captain Comet, Captain Marvel Jr., Captain Nazis, everyone's favorite.
Oh no.
Uh, and then that's all the captains on this one too.
Well, if you listeners can think of any that we missed, let us know in the comments.
Yeah, we would love to hear about the other captains. And but I will say, if your guys' favorite character is Captain, Nazi, we don't really want to hear it. Is Captain Nazi the character that was in Red Hood? Under the Red Hood, I mean. Do you remember that guy that was like the Nazi that he
I know who you're talking about, but it doesn't look like it. This guy was like way back in Fawcett Comics with Captain
Oh, okay.
Marvel and Bullet Man, super old.
I gotcha.
Um anyway. All right, shall we do the news?
Yeah, let's get into the news.
All right. You've got several more than me, I believe.
Yeah, I think so. So DC's made a deal with Tubi to air all of their movies, including like the new releases. So like even the Batman will now be on Tubi. So that's kind of neat. If you don't want to spend money on HBO Max, you can just get Tubi for free and watch that stuff that way.
Does that mean it won't be on Max?
It will be. It'll still be on Max too. It's just they've now made a deal where you can watch it for free on Tubi with ads.
Free's all fine and dandy, but I don't want to fucking download something else, man. It's
Fair
so
enough.
annoying.
Yeah. The one plus with Tubi that like I don't like the DC movies don't really move the needle for me, but they do have like so much Super Sentai. And it's like instead of buying it, I can just watch it for free on Tubi. That's appealing.
Yeah, fair enough. All right. A live action My Hero Academia has officially gotten the green light. I saw the article earlier and I am just thinking, boy, I can't wait to not watch that.
Yeah, speaking of live action anime, I watched the first episode of the Yu Hakusho anime. And like it started off the first half pretty strong. The second half, it kind of lost me.
I watched the trailer on Netflix because it was like recently added. You might like. I watched the trailer and I'm like, I don't think I will.
Yeah, it's like it's perfectly fine. It's just like, yeah, I don't know. Like they did some things I'm like I really like. Like there's one part where there's like a traffic jam and people are sitting in traffic, and the guy in the truck that you're like the camera's focused on, he's listening to the end credits theme. The song that just fucking slaps.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, that's pretty sweet. And like I don't have a problem with the character playing the Yusuke and stuff, but yeah, it's just kind of like it's like they did a really good job of like adapting the anime the first half, and then they're like, let's just veer off now. It's like
right. Like, yeah, we'll get them hooked with this first half.
Yeah. And so I'm like, oh, maybe I'll go back and watch it. Probably not. Probably won't watch the rest of it.
It's literally the you had me in the first half, I'm not gonna lie meme.
Yeah. But we're getting a sequel to Mighty Morphin Power Rangers versus Godzilla. It's coming in April. Downside, I'm not even saying this like shit on them, but the downside, it's the same creative team. Like I kind of would have liked to have seen two different people take over, but it could be worse. It could be like it could be people worse than this, but then like this is like it's a good safe team, basically.
Right. I wanted to ask real quick. You're a big fan of Yu Yu Hakusho, so you watched this one. You're also a big fan of My Hero, so are you going to check out that one?
Depends on how it looks. Like this one, there was a like tiny bit of hype going in where like stuff actually looked kind of good, and then when I watched, I'm like, you kind of lost me with it. But if like the characters are looking good, because like these ones looked about as good as human people can in an anime that looks like that. So if the My Hero ones are looking good too, it might. But if they're like looking kind of like the Cowboy Bebop ones, where I'm like, this doesn't look good at all.
Right. Fair enough.
Because like if they try to do Deku's hair like that's not gonna look good. Like look at what's his name
Or
when
All
he was
Might.
yeah. But like with All Might, like part of me gets it because it's like he's supposed to look, like not really like imposing. It's like supposed to be like, oh yeah, kids can come up to him. Like you think about like that works. But like with Deku with his like just messed up hair, it's like I could see that really being like when they try to do Spike's hair like that, and it's like, oh, guys, hair works different in animated versions. Like look at a Wolverine. Like you can't do a live action Wolverine's hair and make it look good.
Right. The best you get is what they did with Hugh.
Yeah, and it's not good. Like, why do you think in like the later ones they stopped messing with the little devil horns? Like,
Right.
it's stupid. Okay, so I didn't know this, but I guess the Green Arrow comic had changed to a miniseries, and then it officially has been changed back into an ongoing series. Josh Williamson tweeted about that.
When did that change?
To like from an ongoing to a mini, or
Yeah,
what?
because it started off 6 and then they gave it 12 and then they said ongoing.
Oh, okay, yeah,
But
I
that
just
was
saw.
like a while ago.
Yeah, I just saw a tweet that he did the other day. I don't know if it just changed back and or whatnot, but he's like, it's official. We're back because he says we're back to being an ongoing.
Huh.
So I
Weird.
don't know. I just like I said, I just saw the tweet. I was like, oh, well, I'll talk about it. But that you excited that's back to being ongoing
I guess.
since you didn't even know it wasn't.
Yeah, sure.
And then yeah, I'll talk these three or four things about castings and stuff. Madeline Klein is reportedly in the running to play Supergirl. I don't really know who she is, but she's blonde, so there's that. And then James Gunn took to the internet to kind of like dispel some rumors, and he said Palm there's no truth to the Palm Clementif casting rumors for Superman. And also we talked last week about the Miriam Shore was going to be cast in Superman, and she's not like that. He shot that down too. So like he's like, and it's so weird because like he's like, I see fake scoopers come up with these things, but like that was like real, like legit legit people coming up with this stuff. I don't know where they're making this stuff up from.
Huh. That's unfortunate.
Yeah. And then James Gunn also confirmed that Matt Reeves will be producing the Arkham Asylum series, and it's going to be set in the DC universe, not the Batman universe. And then he also said that the Suicide Squad game isn't the final installment, but the in the Arkham universe, universe of stuff. But I will say the one caveat there is he did delete that after he said it, so it's like there might be a chance that Rocksteady was like, this might be our last go of things, bud. Like like it's very likely that something else could have come about it since he deleted it like shortly after he posted it. There's always always something there with that. But as of now, apparently we might if the Suicide Squad Kills Justice League does well, you might get more Suicide Squad stuff.
True. I mean, I think more people would want the Arkham stuff to continue than not,
Yeah. No, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm just wrong, but I think people are pretty hungry for superhero video games. Testing room guys, if you're listening, tell us if we're right or not. Like, are you guys hungry for, because like the Wolverine thing, when that was announced, people were hyped. The Spider-Man games, people love them. Like, I don't know. I mean, I just think easily these are things that people can get excited about as long as you don't oversaturate it.
Right. Like Spider-Man's big, and then I know Alex and I think Preston also played that Guardians game from like a year or two ago and really liked that one too.
Thing.
Yeah. So I think they're mostly well received.
Yeah. It's like you don't get them very much, but anytime we do, there's a lot of hype. There's a big hype train around, except like that Guardians one. Like I said, I don't remember a lot of people too hyped on that. That one seemed like a more of like a fumbled release than anything else.
Right. Yeah, I mean, with the Batman or like the Arkham games specifically, I haven't played them in quite a while, but if they came out with a new one, I think I would be decently interested in that. Like it would be
Yeah.
nice to play like a good Batman game again.
Well, dude, there was rumors for a while that they were gonna do a Superman game.
Right.
And it's like, man, that would be sweet as hell. Like as good
Mhm.
as they did that Superman stuff, like I would do that for sure. Unless they're like, yeah, you have to buy a PS5 and then spend $70 also on the game. I'd be like, oof,
And also it's a
sorry.
direct port of Superman
Yeah.
64.
Oh, no, never mind. I'm back in.
Hmm.
Speaking of like bad games I spent too long playing, I had the Superman game for Game Boy that was like the same, like like how like back in the day they'd have like the Game Boy games or like the shittier version
Oh yeah.
of yeah. So I had that for Superman, and
Was it
dude,
actually shittier though?
I wouldn't say it was because you didn't have the terrible flying mechanics really,
Right.
but it still wasn't good. But like the plus side is like you could put in cheat codes so that you'd be invincible, and it's like oh it's like I really am Superman.
Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, I just think that'd be so hard to do on the Game Boy, you
Yeah.
know? Like
It was like a side scroller. Like people would shoot at you. You could punch the bullets back at them and like kill them. It's like, yeah, classic Superman.
killing those baddies. All right. So Scott Snyder and Francesco Francavilla are teaming up for a new horror comic called White Boat. They announced that today.
I know they did because I was about to type it up and then I was like, I saw like right underneath the post. I was like, Jake already liked it. So I know he's already put that in our notes.
You hype for that?
I am. I mean, you put those two together, I'll probably check it out.
Yeah, it'll be cool. I'm glad that they team up for like Scott's little horror projects.
Yeah. Their last one was pretty solid. I think you might enjoy it too.
Yeah, I need Night of the Ghoul or whatever. I need to read
Yeah.
that one. And then my last bit of news, DC is doing JL Ape again in April. It's going to be like an April Fool's Day special. The team is Monkey Prince, Detective Chimp. I guess it's just Super Chimp, the chimp with the Superman suit.
Oh, okay.
Gleek is part of the team.
Oh,
And one character I didn't recognize. It was just a gorilla in a detective suit.
so you remember in Rogues?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Okay.
I didn't see it, but that's who it is, and I guess he is like a Golden Age character.
Gotcha. Um, so yeah, I just said Jail Ape. Jail Ape was like the Justice League turned into gorillas. This isn't that, but it's
Yeah,
still a team of DC's, monkeys, except for Gorilla Greg.
yeah.
Where's
No,
Greg, Casey?
so my theory on this that I'm coming up with just now is he is going to be on. I mean, he's got to be on like the the teen apes. Like he's not old enough yet.
True. True. Fair
I
point.
I gotta DM Timmy Shares and be like, Timmy. He's like, don't call me that. Like, Timothy, where's Gorilla Greg in this jail ape shit?
He'd probably respond, right?
Yeah, I think
He likes
would.
us.
Yeah. All right. So my last bit of news, it's a little bit more serious. But Jonathan Majors today has been found guilty of reckless assault and assault in the third degree. He faces up to 1 year in jail. And Marbles dropped him, but basically, like I think he was charged with like not charged, but he was accused of like multiple things, and these were the only two that stuck. And it's like when you looked at that court case, I'm just gonna say this: it's like it very much was like they both seemed abusive to each other, and it's just like I think that they both should just the courts was like yeah you guys just need to be separated from each other and never see each other again and both go your separate ways because it's like you're both fighting all the time, yelling at each other. John the Majors was getting beaten by you. There's a video of him running away from you in the streets. So it's just Yeah, I mean, it's just it's like I get how it's like, oh yeah, he's charged with all, or whatever, with all these different things, and then these are the only two that stuck because it's like he probably did them because it's a terrible fucking relationship that he was in with this person that was also like, and he's probably not 100% there, and then the person he's with not 100% there, and so it's just a fucking mess. But
It
what do you
is.
think, man?
I mean, I think they Marvel kind of has to, you know.
Yeah,
Um, I mean, fuck, Warner Brothers didn't with Ezra, and it turned out fine. So heck, I guess they don't have to.
I
But
mean, it didn't wasn't fine. They lost a lot of money on that movie.
true. My point was they should have dropped Ezra.
Yeah.
So we'll see what this does to his career. But now it looks like they're definitely going to focus away from Kang unless they recast and just go the Doctor Doom route.
Yeah, see, I mean, that's like I know they kind of fucked up when they were like, let's introduce all of these Kangs at once and it's all him. Like they shouldn't have done that.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like with it being Kang, they could be like, this I'm the true variant fucking guy, and I killed all the other Kangs.
Yep.
And then I'm the most evil version of all of them, and that'd be all they'd have to do.
Absolutely.
I think that would be better than them just being like, nah, Doctor Doom's here now. Bye bye.
We'll see what they do. I'm sure that we'll have like an announcement. I'll say the near future because I'm sure they're probably mildly scrambling at the moment, but they'll come up with something soon.
They're gonna be like, okay, God, what can we do? We need someone that's non-threatening that people love to be Doctor Doom. Pedro. Oh shit, we already cast him as Mr. Fantastic.
Fuck it. He can be both.
He'll be both. He'll be both. This is fine. That's fine.
Oh gosh.
Like, but he's also Sue Storm, and they're like, who cares?
Oh, all three.
It's like, what about the Thing though? We cast him as the Thing too. It's like, it's the Fantastic Pedros. Gosh darn it.
Oh, that's great. All right, man. That's it for the news. So what'd you read
Yeah.
this week?
So I read World's Finest Teen Titans #6, Wesley Dodds Sandman #3, Blade #6, Dawn of DC Green Lantern #6, Dawn of DC Action Comics number 1060, Dawn of DC Batman and Robin #4, and Superman Lost 9 of 10. What about you?
I read Spider-Gwen Smash #1, Batman and Robin 4, Wesley Dodds Sandman 3, Action Comics 1060, Superman Lost #9, Green Lantern #6, Sonic the Hedgehog Winter Jam, Witcher Wild Animals 3, Bloodborne Bleak Dominion 3, and Moon Knight #30.
Nice. You have more than me, I'm pretty sure, because I have like one, and then almost everything else is like stuff we both read.
All right, I'll do a couple then.
All right.
First up, we got Moon Knight #30. It's written by Jed MacKay with art by Alessandro Capuccio. It is the final issue of this Moon Knight series. And it was pretty strong. It was pretty strong. Art is stellar as always. But Mark dies taking out Black Spectre, just like Marvel's teased for several months. He kind of just blows up the building that both of them are in. Now, we don't get a body for either one of them, but I mean, Marvel's confirmed that the new Moon Knight is a different person. It's not Mark or one of his aliases. So we'll see how long that lasts. I think it's just going to be for an arc or so.
It's going to be Tigra, and then Mark's going to come back, and him and Tigra are going to be both Moon Knights and both in love.
Look, man, I know why you said that, but I'd be fine with it. And
I know you would.
I know that Jed MacKay would write it well too. Yeah, there was this one part where I just lied to you. Moon Knight doesn't take out Black Spectre when he dies. But he stops when he blows up the building, he stops Black Spectre's like radio thing that's going to go out and make everyone crazy and like destroy each other. He like that's also in the building that he blows up. What kills Black Spectre is that I told you last issue that Zodiac goes to the Midnight Mission to kill Reese, and the Midnight Mission like swallows him up. Well, Reese is like, why are you doing all this, Zodiac? And Zodiac's like, well, I mean, even if Black Spectre kills Mark, like he's just gonna come back. He always does, and then then I'll enact my revenge. And Reese is like, you're a dumbass. If Mark dies this time, he's not coming back. Like it's permanent. And he's like, what? No, that can't be. So he asks the Midnight Mission to read his mind. He's like, look, I know you can do this because you're a supernatural house. Read my mind. Uh, and then like the door just opens and it lets him out. And Reese is like, what the hell, Midnight Mission? So apparently, you know, Zodiac had I don't know, a pure mind about wanting to go save Mark so that he can be the one that kills him. And then, yeah, we see Zodiac in one of the two epilogues go in and confront Black Spectre. So it's presumed that he's going to kill him.
Okay.
And then the second epilogue, somebody walks into the Midnight Mission looking for Mr. Knight, and Reese, Hunter's Moon, Tigra, Soldier, and 8-Ball are all standing there in their own suits. And they're like, we're taking up Mr. Knight's mission. What can we do to help? And that's how it ends. So I hope that in Vengeance of Moon Knight, we get to see some Team Knight stuff because I like Tigra and I think 8-Ball's hilarious after this series. So I would like to see some more stuff with them.
Now, how does 8-Ball look with the Moon Knight? Because, like, if I remember, 8-Ball's got a big 8-Ball for a head, correct?
Yeah, he's mostly just wearing just like a suit with the 8-Ball on his head.
Oh, okay. I was hoping he had like trying to have the mask on over.
Right. But like Reese looks cool.
Yeah.
Hunter's Moon is just like all blacked out, and then Soldier and Tigra are just kind of wearing white suits too.
Yeah.
But still, it was good, man. I mean, this is legit like the best Moon Knight series.
Really?
Yeah. Whenever they inevitably put out Moon Knight by Jed McKay, that's a collection that I'm getting for myself, and we'll probably get a couple to gift and just make suggestions for people. Yeah. If anybody needs Moon Knight, this is the one to read. So
that's high praise. Like you'd put that above like even Chucky D's and like the early stuff.
I think I would. I haven't read Chuck's in a while, but there are still parts of that's I mean, it's dated, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
This one, the art is fucking like even when it was a guest artist, it was Sabatini. I mean, his art is almost as good as Capuccio. So it's just a knockout all around.
Right
So
on, man.
I'm gonna give that issue a 9, and yeah, 9 or 10 for the series. They're really, even the weak issues were still like highly rated if I remember right. So
yeah,
good stuff.
Nice, dude.
I know that was a bit long-winded, but it was the final issue, and I had a lot to say.
This has been one of your favorite series since it's been out, so I think you're allowed.
yeah, exactly. All right, and then next up, I've got Spider-Gwen Smash #1. It's written by Melissa Flores, and the art by Enid Balam. And it was pretty good. Spider-Gwen's band gets I don't know, an email or something. They get notified by Dazzler's band, and Dazzler wants them to open for her band. And then we find out that it's all a ploy because Dazzler and her team know that Gwen is Spider-Gwen, and they need her help because someone's trying to kill Dazzler. So that's pretty fun. All the people in Dazzler's band, let me try to find it. Like I know, like Black Widow's one of them. Rick Jones is a guitarist. Lila Cheney, do you know who that is?
Sounds familiar, but
Yeah, I don't know. I'll Google it real quick, but she's the drummer.
is she I think she might have been in Captain Marvel book. Is that like one of Rick Jones's wife? Or am I making that up?
Oh, I'm maybe. Lila Cheney, teleporting mutant superstar whose fame even eclipses Dazzler's.
Oh shoot.
So,
No, I was thinking it's
yeah,
someone else. Never mind.
who does Rick Jones marry?
He was married to someone in that Captain Marvel book that I used to read way back in the day. I think it's like Marlowe, maybe. I think that's who I was thinking of.
Marlo Chandler. Yeah,
Yeah.
you were right. Either way, it was a really fun first issue. I liked it. Art's pretty solid. I'm definitely going to keep reading it. Um, I'm going to give it like an 8. It was a really strong first issue.
Nice, man. All right. So I'll talk about World's Finest Teen Titans, and this is by Mark Waid with Mike Norton and Emmanuel Lupacino on the art. And I like it. This is probably it kind of sucks. This is probably the best issue, and it's also the series finale, it seems like. They end up beating the Terror Titans. They outsmart them because Dick also like revealed his identity in the last issue, and then they beat them up because they're working as a team finally. They're listening to what Dick tells them to do, and then he's like, "Well, guys, I broke Batman's one rule," and they're like, "You murdered somebody?" He's like, "No, his other one rule." Uh, and I showed you my identity, so I'm gonna be fired. And then like it's neat because it's like Mark Waid is a good writer, surprising no one. And like because this Batman, it feels different. Like it's an early Batman, but it feels different than the early Batman we get in the other World's Finest. Like because this is like even before that, so it's like he doesn't know how to really be a dad yet. He doesn't, like he's still learning this aspect of it, and he doesn't really know how to be a friend yet because he doesn't have Superman. So it's like he's still kind of learning. And then like when Dick goes to him, he talks to him for a little bit, and he's just then Dick lays everything out. He's like, I'm ready to be. I know I'm fired. And he's like, 1 month without the uniform. And then he's like, that's it. He's like, yeah, walk around naked. No, he's like, you chose to make the choice you made to unmask to save lives. It's like, yes. Will you do it again? Not without talking to you first. Then 1 month. He's like, hey, Dick. Yes, sir. You led a team. I don't know that I could do that. Nice work. And he's like, ah. And he's all happy. And then the team's like, welcome back. And then it's like, no, we gotta go. Save the day. And that's how it ends. Being Batman hurts your voice. But yeah, no, I mean it's best issue probably so far. I'm gonna go 9 out of 10. Series as a whole though, probably like 7.5.
Okay. Glad you liked the last issue.
Yeah, I think as if you were like, I've read everything. If you're sitting back like all the stuff I want to read, I've read. You can check this out, read and trade.
All right, Bloodborne, Bleak Dominion #3. It's written by Cullen Bunn with art by Peter Kowalski. I won't dwell on this too long. You're either reading Bloodborne or you're not. There's a bunch of creepy monsters, and the two hunters are fighting them, looking for the kid that they took in. And then at the end, the evil creature that the kid made a deal with ends up resurrecting its master, and it's this creepy ghost lady. Very unsettling.
Yeah.
It's good. I'm looking forward to the final issue. I like this book. I wish the art were a little better, but it is what it is. So I'm going to give it a 7.5 out of 10.
Right on.
All right. Same deal with The Witcher, Wild Animals #3, written by Bartosz Stybor with art by Natalia Rerekina. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's just Geralt caught in the middle of this cult that doesn't want to harm any animals or monsters, and these people that want the cult killed because they're killing off the villagers for being mean to the animals. And Geralt really is just like, I don't want to fucking, I'm out of here. And then at the end, when he tries to leave, he gets shot right through his torso with a crossbolt, which God, that would fucking hurt. And he falls over. And there's one more issue, so I'm really curious how they're gonna wrap this up. But I like it. Art's better than Bloodborne. Gonna give it an 8 out of 10.
Right on, man.
In my last book before the Muchies, we've got Sonic the Hedgehog Winter Jam Special. It's written by Yasmin Omar Atta with art by Min Ho Kim. And it's fun. I've grown to like the regular Sonic creators so much that anytime it's a special with someone else, I'm like, I don't know if I'm going to like it so much, but then I always do. So,
yeah.
But essentially, Dr. Eggman has locked himself in his base for weeks watching nothing but reality television shows because he decides that he's going to put Sonic and his friends through an evil reality show competition. But then Orbot and Qbot decide that they're going to show some initiative and put them through their own game show to show Eggman that they're useful minions. And so they get Sonic, Tails, Amy, Cream, Big and Froggy, and then Rouge and Team Dark's robot. I just call him Omega. I don't know what his letter or his numbers are, but anyway, it's just funny. It's like, who can decorate for Christmas the best? Who can make like a Christmas feast the best? And then who can run this obstacle course to get the little Eggman doll to the finish line while getting hit by snowballs from everybody else. And also an ice sculpture. So it's really funny. Froggy, it turns out, isn't actually Froggy, but a robot planted by Orbot and Qbot who makes this. He makes this Eggman ice sculpture, which is just hilarious. And everybody's like, that can't be Froggy. And of course it's not. But anyway, it's really funny. And then at the end, Eggman comes in and he's like, what the fuck is going on here? Except he doesn't say fuck.
That'd be hilarious if he did.
I know, right? And Orbot and Qbot just kind of hit the big red button and shoots everyone out of the base. And then they just have a snowball fight, and that's how it ends. And Eggman sits back down in his chair and he was like, that was the culmination of all my research. It's like absolute trash TV. And then he hits a button that says delete literally everything. And then he gets up and walks away. It was really funny. It's a really good winter special.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm going to give it a 10. I want to say it's my pick of the week, but it's probably not. It's tied with one of these other really good books that we read this week. But just know that it's up there.
Yeah. So what would be your favorite winter jam? Are you like cranberry all the way? Or, some other type of winter fruit?
I do like me some cranberry.
Yeah, I'm not a cranberry boy. Yeah. Unless you're just talking about zombies, and then I'm like, this is okay.
Not a cranberry juice kind of guy?
Oh, absolutely not.
All right. And I know you're not a cranberry vodka fan, so.
It's like, oof, hold the cranberry and the vodka, please.
Just an empty glass.
Yeah.
All right, what order are we doing these in?
Here's the order I got some, and you can say, I want to do it different. But Sandman, Blade, Green Lantern, Action, Batman, Robin, Superman Lost.
I just realized I didn't read Blade.
Oh, shoot, dude. Well, I'll talk about Blade really quick.
Okay.
So, Blade number 6. And his new mentor, Dracula.
Damn it, I was looking forward to this issue.
This is by Brian Hill and Lee Ferguson. So Blade's lots of Blade killing, Dracula trying to teach him how to, not to be human and be more of a vampire. And he's training him different ways and stuff, and it's pretty fun. There's parts where the art isn't my favorite, like some of the action scenes. Like it's something that I talk about a lot with different writers or artists, where it's like it just looks too staged. It doesn't look like it looks posed.
That's not the same artist, is it?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
It doesn't look the same. Where it's
we used to rave about the art on the earlier issues.
Yeah, this and like so yeah, the art just doesn't do much for me, but then it kind of builds up. Next issue we're gonna get the Hulk, and that's not really a spoiler, but like, he just talked to him, and he's gonna be on the cover, so I don't feel like I'm spoiling anything saying that. But yeah, he's just kind of learning how to not fight like a human, basically, so that he can beat this bad guy. My main problem with it, though, is like plot wise, this big bad now has all this power and she's gonna destroy the world or whatever. And then he's like, I've got to train to kill her. And it's like, what's she doing?
Mm-hmm.
She's just like, okay, I'm just gonna wait here until Blade comes back and I can kick his ass again, since we didn't see it last time. So
yeah.
Like
here's what I'll say about that. This was only supposed to be 5 issues. Clearly, Marvel or whoever was like, well, with that movie now in the works again, we gotta extend it. And so Brian Hill's probably like, fuck, I guess I'll do this or something. You know what I mean? Like, at least that's an excuse.
I guess. But the 5th issue, which was supposed to be the final, was just like, you lost.
Well, right. But Blade probably would have won if that were the final.
I know, but they could have just been like, oh yeah, you lost. Here's the actual fight. This was like the last issue was just like, no, you just lost. Bye. See, and then it's just Blade going like, oh man, I did lose.
I kind of like this, him training with Dracula one issue, then Hulk the next. I think I get what you're saying, but I'm excited for what we're getting.
I think that's all cool. I'm just saying it could have been done better. Like, it's just stuff doesn't make sense. And then it's also like that last issue. I know I can't be talking about it, but the last issue, it was just bad how they did that. It felt like you and me both were like, yeah, feels like we missed an issue because of how disjointed it was.
Yeah.
So that 5 issues thing doesn't really work for me, because it still feels like if that was the case, then issue 5 was more like an issue 6, and we're missing issue 5.
Right.
So yeah, and like well, the main knock I have on that issue is just the plot and the art. The art's, like I said, pretty so. The plot, it just doesn't really work, but like the stuff that happens in it is cool. So I'm gonna say 7.5 out of 10. If the art was better, it'd probably be an 8.5. But yeah, it just wasn't feeling the art.
Okay.
All right. So Sandman, Green Lantern, Action, Batman, and Superman Lost.
Yep.
All right.
So next up, we got Wesley Dodds' The Sandman #3. It's written by Robert Venditti with art by Riley Rossmo. And I like this issue. I like the detective work that Wesley puts in. I wish I'm kind of torn on this person that we're calling the Fog, because while I think he looks cool, it really is just Sandman but different colors. Yeah. But the fight scenes with them are pretty cool. I think we know who it is, but it's not said for sure. Yeah, I really like the art. There's some stuff in the beginning, like with Diane and Wesley, where I'm like, these heads are just should not be that shape.
Yeah, but I will say this is the best issue as far as that stuff goes. And then the fight scenes look like this splash page is awesome.
Yeah, it is.
Like, yeah, it's just I agree. I like this issue a lot. This is probably my favorite issue of the series so far, even though the
Hmm.
first one probably had some of the coolest pages, like panels and stuff. This is probably the best. Like we get a lot of action, good story, just and like probably Rossmo's best art yet.
Yeah. I really wish that they would announce that this got extended to 12. Like I want a second arc after this is done.
Yeah. I mean, hell, I wish it was just a regular ongoing like
Hmm.
this. Like, I'll be honest, no offense, Timmy Shares. Alan Scott's probably my least favorite of the bunch, but I still
Same.
wouldn't be against getting that one extended, and then like Jay Garrick being extended. Like, I just give me more of these Golden Age boys.
Hmm. Agreed. Heck, maybe with Vertigo coming back, we'll get more. At
Yeah,
least with
I
Sandman, who knows?
won't hold my breath, but
Yeah, I
it's
have.
not nice to dream.
Um, yeah, I'm at like a 9. I think this one's really, really good.
I think nine's a safe bet with that. All right, Donna DC Green Lantern #6 by Jeremy Adams and Zermanico on the art. Like, I'll just mention the colors too. Why the heck not? Romeo Fajardo Jr. I shouldn't have tried to mention the colors too, but but boy oh boy, awesome! Just like awesome, bombastic fights. Like, look at this art here. Like this splash page is amazing. The art in this is so good. The story, it's good. Like that's awesome. Like this is a book. I'm just gonna say this. It's to me personally, it is a book that you could show someone that's like, I kind of like, I watched the Justice League cartoon. I like superheroes, but like I just can't get into comics. They would get into this because this is like superhero fun, cool comics stuff. You're not getting a lot, like it's not a lot of it's a lot of just surface level. You're not getting a lot deeper there. There's a little bit of stuff that's kind of like with the Kilowog thing at the end where I was like, oh wow, I didn't really see that coming. That's cool. But like
Yeah.
it's mostly just like awesome, cool, balls to wall stuff. And I had a blast reading it. What about you, man?
Yeah, I'm right there with you. Um, Zermanico just gets better every issue, but I think it's safe to say this is his best issue in comics.
Yeah. It's
There was nothing in Flash that he did on Flash that topped some of the pages we got in this book.
right. Like
And
he
the
went
cover.
so hard. Yeah.
I mean, a great cover too. So yeah, Zermanico is incredible. But yeah, story's fun too. I mean, Sinestro's going ape shit. I like the constructs that Hal's coming up with. You get sad at the end with Kilowog.
Yeah.
It's good stuff, man. The only
It,
downside are the backups.
yeah. The backup kind of killed it, but and not in a good way. But the main story is just so good. And I like that's why I'm giving this a 9.5. It would be a 10 if it was for the backup.
Yeah, totally fair. It's a
So
9 for me.
it's my pick of the week, actually, too. I really, really liked it a lot.
All right. We've got Action Comics number 1060. And it's written by Philip Kennedy Johnson. And then we've got art by Eddie Barrows, FICO Ossio, Eber Ferreira, Joe Prado, and Jonas Trinidad. I like the story. Some of the art sucks. And
I
I'm
mean,
sorry to say that.
I didn't really notice the art being too bad. My main problem with it was Superman was kind of an idiot. And like there's
Yes.
this page here, I hated the layout. Like
Mm-hmm.
this set because it's like he's going and the panel breaks. So we get for those listening, we get a full thing here. So the panel stops. So like I read it. So this page and then this page, and that's not how they wanted you to read it. It just didn't like the flow just didn't work on this page for me personally.
Yep.
And then Superman, like Constantine's like, don't touch anything in here. You don't understand magic. don't touch anything, they'll try to trick you. And then he hears the voice like, oh, my baby. And he like runs right to the thing that he's not supposed to touch.
Yep. Totally agree. Very Philip Kennedy Johnson is better than that.
Yeah.
Here's what I mean about the art though. This like everyone's so droopy.
Yeah.
And I
I
know
get
that they're
that.
supposed to be sad and like his face up here in the corner. It's just I don't know which artist was doing that, but it's not very good. But yeah, I like how Constantine was written in this. Um, finding him drunk at a bar and just, kind of being a dick, whatever. The end, dude, pretty hyped.
Yeah.
Pretty
No,
hyped.
I'm pretty excited for that too.
Casey and I are two of the three members in the Bloodwind fan club.
We're in the Bloodwind Etrigan shipping fan club.
Yep. Yep. And that's going to be cool. It's just a shame that all of this, everything, is getting wrapped up in an annual
Yeah.
so that they can do an anthology book. Well, I guess it's not an anthology. They're making the series an anthology.
Yeah.
Um, so that's kind of a bummer. I'm just not ready for this to end yet.
Yep.
So, and the backups, I couldn't give one single shit. Not one.
I skimmed the Dreamer one. It kind of just annoys me because it's like I think Steve Orlando's a good writer, but then they stuck him with Nicole Maines, and she is the actress that played Dreamer in the show. And they like it seems like 90% of the time Dreamer pops up in something, Nicole Maines is also writing. It's like they're like, you played her, so you might as well get to write her too. It's like they aren't doing that shit with Grant Gustin. It's like let's let like an actual writer write the character. We don't like you don't need that. Like that's just my opinion, but I kind of get tired of actors trying to write also. It just doesn't work. But yeah, we get Fico Ocio on the art, and I skimmed it. I don't know. It just wasn't too interesting to me. And then the other backup, I couldn't even get through it. I looked at it and I was like, okay. And that's by Joe Casey and Dan McDade. But yeah, I thought
Dude,
this was
just the character design was so bad on Zod's son.
Yeah.
I mean, he looks like the singer of AFI. It's just so bad.
See, for the longest time I always thought that band's name was Offie.
Oh, that's funny.
Like, cause like every third girl in our middle school with us had an Offie shirt, and I was like, yeah, it's Offie. That makes sense.
Of course.
But where are you at with it, man?
Six and a half. And that hurts me. It really does.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna say 7. Like I think the art's kind of fine. It was a Superman's out of character in that one spot, and then the backups are kind of just like pointless, and they're not even in a fun way for me. All right, Batman and Robin. This is by Joshua Williamson and Mikhail Hanin and Simone DeMio on the art. And what'd you think, man?
I think it's good. But the last two things that I read with Man Bat were his solo series, which I adored, and Task Force Z, which I adored.
Yeah.
And now they're taking Man Bat into this other totally different direction, which is fine. He's not a major character that really anyone but like me gives a shit about. So I shouldn't be upset that they're like trying something different with the character. I just don't know if I dig it.
Yeah.
But the art's really good. So here was the up and the down or the down and then back up I had with this book. Batman where he was like, "You gotta show the bats who's
That's
boss."
so stupid. I
I
was
was
gonna
like,
mention that.
this is the dumbest fucking thing that I've
Here it
ever
is. I had
read.
it.
Yes.
I mean, it's not the dumbest thing. We had Chip Zdarsky have him jump from outer space with his underwear, and was able to use that to make it so he didn't burn up. But it's out there.
And also Chip Zdarsky saying that Batman could feel the rotation of the earth to aim his
Yeah,
arrow.
yeah.
So okay, it's the third dumbest thing I've ever read until White Rabbit's like, you were kind of bullshitting us with that thing with the bats, weren't you? And he just kind of smirks. I'm like, okay, I'm back up. Like it's fine now. Um, but yeah, otherwise I think it's fine. I'm looking forward to like Damien's old teacher trying to infiltrate the school and also being shush because of course she is.
Yeah,
That shouldn't have been a big reveal for many people. But yeah, I like it. I think the writing's good.
I do too. The one thing that I haven't been critical of because I didn't really notice it until this art, but White Rabbit has probably the worst costume of any character we have
It's
seen
just a
in a
Halloween
while.
costume, really.
It's like a romper with long sleeves that she's just unzipped. She's like, "Yep, here you go."
Yeah.
But no, dude, I like the story a lot. I thought it was a lot of fun. But I get where you're coming from. I'm like, I will say with Man Bat being someone that does do experiments on himself a lot, being like, oh yeah, now I've awoken this new version that doesn't even like Langstrom doesn't know about. Like it's
Right.
this is the bat, 100% bat me. Makes sense that could be a thing with him. Even and like you can kind of make that argument because like I can see Langstrom making a new serum that fucks him up even more. So it kind of checks out.
It totally does. I just don't think it's better than the last two
Yeah,
things that I read.
no, I get that too. But I liked it a lot. I'm probably gonna go 9. Like the art is awesome in it, and yeah, like not a lot of complaints except for that really stupid bat scene.
Yeah. I'll go 8 because the other books that I gave a 9, I definitely liked more than that.
I gotcha. There's no shitty backup with that one though.
Absolutely. All right. So our final book then is Superman Lost number 9. It's written by Priest, and then we've got art by Carlo Pagulayan, Jason Paz, and Dan Jurgens and Brett Breeding. It's real good, man. This book, this is the book. If you want to read a Superman book and feel sad, but also think, wow, this is really fucking good, then this is the one that you got to read.
Like
This is a depressing book.
It's all gonna hinge on the last issue because the way this one ends, if like what they're insinuating, which I don't think they are, I think Priest is a better writer than that. But if what they're insinuating is what actually happens, I'm like, oof, buddy, that's terrible. That's so dumb. But
let's talk about it. Spoilers for the end of issue 9 of Superman Lost. Hope shows up and she's pregnant. I don't think it's Superman's.
I don't think so either. But yeah, so she pops in and she's got the little bit of a belly. She might say it's Superman's, and maybe that ends with like a Maury type of thing, and Superman does the dance. He's like, ooh.
Right. Here's my question though, because I get that they were. I don't even want to say a thing. I didn't read that much into it. Like
No.
Hope wanted him. I didn't think that there was anything sexual between the two.
No,
did I misread it? Okay.
But I mean, here's the thing. I've misread relationships a lot in my time, so who knows?
True. And I get, he was gone 20 years, but even still, I would think that the whole time he's thinking, I got to get back to Lois.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think I do like the little scenes spread out of they show scenes of Superman killing Lex. Like it's clearly him thinking this is how I would kill Lex in this situation. And I thought that was pretty neat.
And that I'm gonna say too is a masterclass in priest writing, because like as I'm first reading it, you read it and you're like, oh yeah, this is just happening. And then you're like,
Yeah.
then it goes through and you're like, oh, it's not. And like he doesn't explain it to you
Mm-hmm.
until like what, 2 pages away from it being over, like of him just kind of like saying in passing, like, yeah, I've been thinking about doing this, but I'm not actually going to. Like,
Right.
Superman says that to his therapist. And it's like, that's it. Like, priest, like, and he didn't even have to do that, but like that actually just worked with the story, that's why he did it. Like, there's a lot of writers now that would just not, like as soon as that first one popped up, they'd be having a thing in a corner. I just keep thinking about doing this, and like, no, it's just like we saw Lex die 4 times before anything was even said about it.
Yep. I also really like, this is weird to say, I really like Clark and Lois's argument about
Mhm.
everything. The
Yeah,
dialogue was really good. I think that um I still think it's funny that Lex is just laying in his bed at night, like, why hasn't Superman smashed my wall yet? You know what
right,
I mean?
right.
Um, Everything's just good, man. I know that,
Yeah,
issues like 3 and 4, we were kind of like, I don't know where this is going. But these
yeah,
last few, I mean, it's been strong.
yeah. It's I'll say like it was a little melodramatic with their arguments, but it worked too.
Mhm.
Like I'll say that, like it's not like perfect, but it's also like, yeah, it's heavy what they're dealing with, so it
Yeah.
works. But it's just good stuff. I would recommend this to anybody. This is one of those ones. This is like a book that, because I talked to Nick about it, and I'm like, yeah, whenever this is collected, he's gonna get this for a birthday or Christmas.
Yeah.
Sorry that I spoiled that for you, Nick.
It's gonna be an easy recommendation at the shop.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm gonna give it like a 9 or a 9.5.
Yeah, I'm at 9.5. And it probably would be upgraded to a 10 after the last issue comes out and we get the reveal that it's not, that Superman is not the father. But if like the way it ends, I'm like, oh, that's kind of like just a shitty end. Wasn't
Yeah.
a fan of that. What are you excited about in this coming week, bud?
I'm excited for Canary #2. It's definitely been longer than a month since that first one came out. Um, what else do we have here? I'm gonna go with Hulk and then probably Doctor Strange.
Nice. I'm gonna go just because I think it's funny. Even though I'm really not excited about this first one. Godzilla rivals Jet Jaguar versus Megalon one shot, because these rival one shots have been pretty trash. But I'm gonna say that. Then Godzilla War for Humanity, and then Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong, because I'm excited for all three Godzillas.
Godzilla heavy week.
Yeah. All right, dude. So I was gonna make like a Fantastic Four making fun of how Giannis threw a hissy fit, but I was like, I don't feel like doing that. It's close to Christmas. So give me like who would be on, in your opinion, the naughty list this year, and who would be on the nice list, and give me your reasons why. And like if they're on the nice list, like if they're on the naughty list, they're getting coal. We know that. But if they're on the nice list, what are they getting?
Well, the top of the naughty list for me is Lex Luthor because, spoiler alert, he gave Lois cancer.
It's not in the main universe. Right now in the main universe, he's in jail.
Still, I can't let it go. So that's definitely coal worthy. Giving someone cancer equals coal.
Can't wait. Actually, I won't spoil that. Never mind.
What?
We'll talk about it off camera.
Okay.
Well, I don't want to like, because like legit, that was like such a fun thing that happened in this last issue.
Okay. Um Trying to think of like somebody who was really good this year. I think Godzilla. Godzilla makes the nice list.
I mean, unless you watched -1, he was kind of a dick in that one.
All right, but I mean in the comics.
Yeah,
Um and what he gets for that is just he gets Ibra boiled to perfection with just a mountain of butter.
perfect.
Feel free to chime in, man. What are some you think of?
I'm gonna go Wesley Dodds gets on the nice list because he came out of nature's retirement, aka death, to help save the day in that pretty mediocre
Night
big old
terrors.
night terrors thing.
That's fair.
And yeah, I'd give him just, some more rest.
Hmm.
And then naughty list. I'll try to think of someone that was awful naughty this year. And
Awful naughty
yeah,
in terms of comic book villains.
yeah, just a little rapscallion. Let's go because let's go with the old fucking the Lex Luthor fill-ins that are on Superman now. They're awful naughty.
Oh,
Like,
Blue Earth.
no, in the Superman book, not Action Comics. Those
Oh,
two,
okay. Yeah,
the Simon and Garfunkel looking guys.
yeah. Yeah. It's so dumb. It's like Dr. Payne and Dr. Pharma or something
Yeah,
like that.
I think for sure Dr. Pharma,
Yeah.
100% with him. But yeah, they're pretty naughty. They get some coal.
Pharma and Walgreens. um okay. I think maybe according to Batman in World's Finest Teen Titans that Dick Grayson makes the naughty list.
Well, he was also okay with it at the end. He was like, led a team. I could never. And then now he's like, I'm gonna fucking lead the shit out of the Justice League.
And then he's like, actually, to hell with the Justice League. I'm starting the Outsiders.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, let's go with fucking Sinestro. He was awful naughty in these last 6 issues of Green Lantern.
Yes, he was. My goodness. He tried to cut the earth in half. What's more naughty than that?
Yeah. Naughty boy. Gonna get some coal and he's gonna rage even more once he gets that coal.
Yes, he will. And, I'm gonna say Dr. Eggman, extremely naughty.
Yeah,
he's been a naughty boy all year.
And then for a good boy, just a good boy. Let's say, I mean, Blade wasn't that good. I'm trying to think of like books that I've read that I'm like, yeah, they were good.
She-Hulk.
She-Hulk was a very good girl. Wait, why are we being stupid? Superman's a good boy.
Yeah, Superman's a good boy.
Yeah, he's gonna get some, like Santa's like, I don't know what to get you. Here's a gift card for Bass Pro Shop.
He's always wearing flannels.
Yeah, he's like, oh, thank you. And like Superman's gonna love it. Superman's like your mom. He's gonna love no matter whatever you get him.
So there you go, folks.
Let us know who's on your naughty and nice list this year.
Yeah. Maybe it's Casey.
Oh, hope I've been good.
All right, folks, that brings us to the end of the episode. So let's do our closing plugs. If you would, head on over to facebook.com/2worldspodcast and give the page a like. You can also follow us on Twitter at 2_worlds_PC and on Instagram at 2worldspod. You can email us at 2worldspodcast@gmail.com. And if you would, head on over to the YouTube channel, 2Worlds Podcast on YouTube, and subscribe.
Let us know down below about your worst Christmas, who's been naughty or nice, and which one of us you most want to meet under the mistletoe. Maybe it'll happen. Scandalous.
I will say, too, a couple little announcements. Casey and I will have, with Christmas coming up, schedule's going to be a little bit funky, but we've got an Anime Boys coming out for a Christmas special. We've got that other little video that we told you about at the beginning of the episode. I'll share it somewhere on our socials, but I think the episode of Testing Room D&D, that next episode will be the week of Christmas. So next week, something to look forward to. Yeah. Casey, anything to add?
No. I mean, have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holidays, guys.
Yeah. And we'd love to stay and chat, but Casey has to teach me how to run really fast. So we'll catch you next time. Bye, guys.
I'm going to teach you how to vibrate too. Bye.